Second paragraph, please. Jose, would you read?
Kardama, Kardamamuni wanted to have a wife of like disposition because a wife is necessary to assist in spiritual and material advancement. It is said that a wife yields the fulfillment of all desires in religion, economic development, and sense gratification. If one has a nice wife, he is to be considered a most fortunate man. In astrology, a man is considered fortunate who has great wealth, very good sons, or very good wife. Of these three, one who has a very good wife is considered the most fortunate. Before marrying, one should select a wife of like disposition and not be enamored by so-called beauty or other attractive features for sense gratification. In the Bhagavatam, the 12th canto, it is said that in the Kali Yuga marriage will be based on the consideration of sex life. As soon as there is a deficiency in sex life, the question of divorce will arise.
Okay, and the last paragraph, just a quick summary on that. It's that if anyone, let's see, Kardamamuni could have asked his benediction from Uma. Do you know who Uma is? What is her association?
I don't have any information about a place like the Comunità Cenacolo, the Seneca community. That's the Italian form.
She's another form, another name for Parvati, and what's another name for Parvati?
Is their website, but I think their specialty is young people who have substance abuse.
One and the same. They're the same.
Same personality, but what's another name for them instead of Uma and Parvati?
Recommend that you get in touch with
Durga,
the Archdiocese
Durga Devi. And who is the consort of Durga Devi?
you live in, and it is an archdiocese.
Lord Shiva.
Contact them
Now, so Uma or Parvati or
for a Catholic therapist who can help with this. And then when you
Durga,
find out about this,
they can be approached also by us,
and
can't they?
that's where I would go to.
But now, what does Krishna say about approaching the demigods for one's requests, material requests? What does he say in the Bhagavad Gita?
Short and sweet. He's listening in LA, and he says, "Is there a way to
Says that
access older
they all-
programs from the Passion
I'm-
Bridge show? I would like to
They're all
access the
asking
show
me
back in
really
2018
at
or
the end
19."
of it, and I'm giving them the rewards, but they're doing it in a wrong way. Like
Even if we go to the demigods and ask them for favors, for example, it is said that Lord Shiva is very easily pleased, but also very easily angered. Instead of going to Shiva, we should go directly to Krishna because he is factually the one who provides those benedictions. According to what, would you say? What do you think would cause Lord Krishna to award one with one's request for material enjoyment? What determines that?
We can find it. I'm sure we can find it. Yeah, and thank you, Cyrus. And I
Just
can
as
tell
raising
you
his
that
hand.
we are
Oh,
working
sorry.
toward
Go ahead.
being able
Yes,
to
please.
kind of make all of those available.
And I was thinking in like the case of there's a few Bhagavatam pastimes where they approach Krishna for material desires and he fulfills them, even though, for example, it might not exactly be best for them, but also he purifies them. Like Dhruva Maharaj, he gave him the whole kingdom just because he desired it. So I guess maybe what he's basing it off of is their desire.
So Lord Krishna can consider what effect it's going to have on us to satisfy that particular desire that you're asking to be satisfied. And he will also look at what else?
Well, thank you, Barbara. I appreciate that. I'm pretty confident that the story you are thinking of was
Right. What have you done? What have you done to deserve this? So we mentioned, I think, also in our last class that a person like Hitler, Stalin, Mussolini, those persons that caused such havoc throughout the world in the last century, they were granted that ability, that power to conquer as much as they did and to kill as many people as they killed. So why would Krishna do that? This is a question we have to raise. Why would Krishna give such power to a person who was going to simply cause pain and suffering to so many living entities, so many innocent persons.
He would be hearing confessions in the chapel. He would hear this clanging, banging, metallic sound in the chapel. He was, of course, inside the confession. So we could see
Hang on a minute. I want everybody to hear your answer.
3 days of this. He
Hold the mic up here.
For those kind of soul, they have the power in their lifetime, but they did abuse that and use it for the wrong means.
tell you what it is because I'd like you to
So according to the Canto 5, we have all different kinds of hell
the videos by going to
where certain people will go.
All right, but now here's my question. Why would Krishna allow, not only allow, but completely facilitate that kind of pain and destruction to innocent persons?
The three modes of material modes are always acting, and ignorance is always winning on those kind of people. So even though some might be a devotee or like even devotee, all three modes are acting, and the whole group, whole civilization is going for the war or for those kind of material gain.
All right, so it comes back to what have you done in your previous lifetime to deserve the suffering that you're going through now? What have you done in this lifetime to deserve the suffering that you're going through now? Just because a despot like Hitler seems to be the one responsible for all the suffering that is going on during this past century, during that World War II, still, not one person had to suffer directly because of Hitler. The only reason that we have to suffer in this world is because of what we have done in the past. Because there were a lot of people living during that time period when Hitler was on his battle on his horse. A lot of people who were living at that time that did not suffer at all. As a matter of fact, they thrived. You know, a lot of people, especially the manufacturers of war material, they thrived during that time. So why didn't they have to suffer like everybody else was suffering? So the fact is that it is not innocent people who suffer. Only those who have committed crimes in the past. We're 3 minutes over our time limit, so I think we shall have to stop now. So we'll say thank you very much, everybody, for coming, and those of you who are listening in online, and it's to you that we offer our humble obeisances, because you're devotees of the Lord. You're just like desire trees. You fulfill the desires of everyone, and you're full of compassion for the fallen conditioned souls. Vanchakalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam bhavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah anantakoti vaishnavrinda ki jai Srila Prabhupada ki jai Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai Shri Radha Kalachandidam ki jai Gaura Premananda. Chant the holy names.
This is from Irene. She's in San Diego, listening on 1000 AM, ACEO. And the subject says, redemptive suffering. What about offering my deep pain for my past sins and for the related sins that I have caused to other people? My pain is real, and at times excruciating, still lingers on me, even though those sins have been properly confessed. Can the pain for my past sins be redempting? And can that be offered to the Lord like any other kind of suffering?
That email, I think, describes most of us. If we're sorry for our sins, they still cause us pain even many years after the fact, to look back and say, how could I have done that? Why did I do that? What was I thinking? How could I be so stupid? Things like that, they're natural in human emotion to experience the pain of regret. So with that in mind, what I would say in answer to your questions is yes, absolutely. This is indeed fodder for your purification, and you can grow in holiness and resignation to God's will and gratitude to His mercy, for that matter, by these pangs, these painful emotions and memories as he says he will when you repent and turn to him, the emotions linger. For some people, much more than others. But my advice would be to do the very thing that you alluded to in your email, and that is to offer them up to the Lord and say, Lord, this really causes me anguish and embarrassment and deep regrets and so on. And I don't know if this is something you want me to experience. Maybe it is, maybe it's not. But to the extent that I am experiencing it, I want to offer it to you, Lord, because it's painful to me. And as the Bible says, the man in purgatory who is experiencing the fire that is revealing the bad works and the good works of his life, as Paul says in in 1 Corinthians chapter 3, he says that the man suffers loss as this purification takes place, that the wood, the hay, and the straw are burned off, and it involves suffering. And he will be saved, St. Paul says, but only as though passing through fire. So if, Lord, this is part of the redemptive fire that you want me to pass through, then so be it. I offer it to you. That would be my best advice. Thanks for that, Cyrus. Appreciate that. Here's an email that comes in from Monica. She's listening on the Global Radio. She says, I have a friend who has 5 living children and has had 6 miscarriages. They are very open to life. She has found that her body just can't carry a baby anymore to full term without having a miscarriage. She is now considering a vasectomy for her husband. They do natural family planning, but I just don't know how to explain about how this will not be a good outcome, especially for her husband. The miscarriages are very dangerous for her, and she just wants to be around for her family, and this is the only way she thinks that it will help her. I'm lost as a friend who wants to recommend something to her. Well, thank you, Monica. And you're right, your instincts are saying it would be a bad decision if her husband were to have a vasectomy, because it would be self-mutilation for the purpose of eliminating the possibility of procreation. Now, I understand completely. She's in a precarious medical position. Her health is not good with regard to pregnancies. So that definitely is something that they have to be careful about so that she doesn't die, God forbid. And so this is a sufficient reason for them to use natural family planning. Now, they may have to use it in a very rigorous way, which might mean that in any given month, given the fertility cycle, that they build extra time on either side of the days of ovulation, where fertility is at its peak. And that could mean that maybe, instead of abstaining for 3 days or 4 days or something, they may need to decide they need to abstain for 2 weeks or something even more than that. It's not a guarantee that she will not conceive, but the likelihood of conception, if NFP is practiced skillfully and properly, that possibility is greatly diminished. And they will be cooperating with God's will, both in the sense that they will be refraining from the pleasure of the Marriage Act so that they can protect the wife's health. But see, this is the thing that I think some people misunderstand. In the case of a vasectomy, what happens is, and this would be true of a tubal ligation if it's intentional, what happens is you made it such that there's no way, outside of some unique eventuality, there's really no way that there can be a conception. And yet you have the pleasure of the act. So, as I say many times, it's like having a cake and eating it too. You can have one or the other. You can either have a cake, it's sitting right there in the cake box, looks delicious, or you can eat the cake and enjoy the pleasure of eating the cake, but then you don't have any more cake. So, in the case of a vasectomy, it's eating the cake and having it too. You're defeating the purpose of the Marriage Act, and you're enjoying the pleasure. And that's immoral. The Church teaches that you can't do that. So I would tell her, don't push your husband to have a vasectomy. That would be a serious sin. You don't want to lead your husband into sin, do you? God's will. And it doesn't mean that you shouldn't be praying, given the the seriousness of the situation. You should be praying, that's for sure. But at the same time, don't do something that would be immoral. It's gonna create a whole other set of problems that are not going to be in any way helpful to you and could eventually really harm your marriage. So the thing to do would either be to abstain completely, and that's not easy to do. Some people do that, but it's not easy. But it could be done. So let's just say that the danger or the risk is too great. Well, you could just say we abstain completely. That's one way to do it, and that would be comparable to, let's say that your husband was in the military and he had to go to war.